Hi there, Pisces. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm Astrogirl, and we're looking at July 6th through July 12th. And of course, we're hot in the middle of the Cancer Sun time, which is your fellow water sign, your fifth house of romance, creativity, and self-fulfillment. And there's other planets. There's Mars, there's Mercury, there's a new moon next week, all transiting Cancer. So very much it's a time when you are in looking for love and looking to be happy, looking for self-fulfillment, for satisfaction, and looking maybe in, hopefully, some right places, not all the wrong places. Because Pisces, sometimes you get very fixated on a fantasy that you want to happen. And of course, when it doesn't, it can be quite, a dash to your self-esteem as well as a blow to your ego because you really want it to come to fruition. There's a mixed bag of powerful cosmic energies and personal emotions about to descend on us this week. On Monday, July 6th, the life-giving sun arrives to make its once-a-year opposition with transformative Pluto. Depending on which side you choose, this is the day when you can either make a major power play or prepare to defend yourself from a major takeover. The face-off is a dress rehearsal for next week's battle between Pluto and Mars. On Wednesday, July 8th, Mercury, the planet of communication and clear thinking, moves into Cancer. And our ways of thinking and speaking become less rational and much more subjective and intellectual. This kind of emotional influence could be a drawback if you need to be cool-headed and rational, which is something a lot of you find difficult. But on the other hand, it's a perfect time to use your gut instincts, which you're very good at and have extra gut instincts. The subjective thought patterns of this planet sign combination affects travel, communication, and commerce over the next 3 weeks. So in other words, learning to deal with people in a sane, rational way is really important at this time because especially Cancers and Capricorns, they're going to be all over the place. So you really need to be the one to say, we're not going to do that, we're going to do this. You know how sensitive Cancerians can be. You know how emotional you can be and sensitive. You don't like to be criticized. You live in your little fantasy world a lot of the time. Sometimes you have to be wrenched out of that fantasy world so that you can face facts. And this might be one of those weeks when you don't want to be, but they're going to, chuck you like an oyster out of your pearl. And that doesn't really make sense. Chuck you like an oyster out of your shell and make you face the harsh realities because you've got more coming up later in the month when Venus, the planet of love, goes out of phase in Virgo for a week at the end of the month and then out of phase in Leo for a good 5 weeks. So when Venus goes out of phase, relationships tend to take a downward spiral trip. It's not a good thing. So really focus on getting your things done. And as I said, trusting your instincts and your gut is fine, but not allowing anybody or anything to get you into an emotional uproar is the best thing you can possibly do, Pisceans. This is one of those times with Neptune at a phase in your sign where you could feel as if you're a little lost at sea. And this is not the time for you to try and take on projects that may be emotionally draining or may require a lot of attention and work from you. It's more a time for you to pick easy projects, maybe if it's something to do with your children or your pets or something like someone that stirs those heartstrings. Really try and, do it easily rather than taking the hard road. Have a great week, great speaking to you, and I do look forward to speaking to you again next week.